Hey guys, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Marcella.
And we just finished watching the pilot of Manifest, the new show on NBC. So I feel like everybody has heard about this show.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's been talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's been getting some hype. And I thought it was really,
so
really solid pilot. I thought it was really good.
It was very good. We're hooked. We're excited for the next one.
It's really intriguing, just the idea of it. If you don't know what it's about, I kind of really didn't know much about it. I kind of just knew like it had to do with like the plane and like
plane. There's a mystery, and Josh Dallas is in it from Once Upon a Time. And so basically, it follows this family, and the family, they split up, right, to go on like a later flight. And so we have the brother who is Josh Dallas's character. His name is Ben, and then we have his sister who is like, they're all like adults except and then you have Ben's son who has leukemia, and the three of them go on to a plane, and the year is 2013, and then they go through some turbulence and they come back, and it's like 5.5 years later in the future.
Yeah,
and
so
they
right
haven't
there,
changed.
It's a really, really awesome idea. Like right there, you're probably hooked, because that's really all you need to know to go into it, I think, is just that. And it seems like it's going to be pretty crazy. Like there's going to be just a lot going on with that.
I mean, it seems like it's gonna be some time travel involved. Like, it's a mystery. We don't know what happened,
where they were, and there's repercussions, obviously, because you were gone for 5.5 years. So, like, where have you been?
They come back, and the other, like, their families, everything is different, because they thought that they were dead for 5 years, and then they come back, and it's just like, what happened to the plane? Why did this happen to these people? What's gonna happen now? Like, how do you rebuild when 5 years has passed for somebody, but no time has passed for you? Like, it's just so,
it is crazy.
It's such a cool concept.
It's such a crazy concept to think of. Like, what would happen if you literally were gone for 5 years and you don't feel like it? So it's it's really, it's time travel.
We're convinced it's time travel.
So that's really all you need to know if you didn't watch the pilot, but definitely go watch it. It's a solid pilot, like as far as pilots go. It definitely grabs your attention and holds your attention.
Also, the producer is Robert Zemkis. I think that's how you say his last name. And if you guys don't know who this is somebody who did Back to the Future. He did Castaway. He did A Christmas Carol. He did Forrest Gump. Like, he is
really iconic
movies. So it's good. I think it's gonna be a really great story, and I'm so
excited to keep watching it.
Yeah. Fun fact, also, my family is involved in the show. My dad was on set filming. He's a background extra. But the very first scene of the family in the airport, my dad's in the background of it, which is really cool. Awesome. And my mom just worked on it like last week, and now the past 3 days my sister's been working on it too. And just like background like extras and stuff, but Anna Maria's been like freaking out because she's like, oh my god, I'm working with Charming from Once Upon a Time. So she's been freaking out. They said that it was an awesome experience being on there, and yeah, I'm really excited to see what else is gonna happen on this show.
Yes, me too. Okay, so that's really all we're gonna say. Go watch it, and then you can come back. But now we're gonna go into spoilers.
Yeah. So the very beginning of the show, right? It's like the whole scene of them in the airport. They're saying goodbye, and they're like, "All right, we'll just take in a later flight and whatever." And then, like, the whole turbulence scene is,
first of all, that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
I remember we flew to Disney World together once, and that was the first time Jacqueline had ever flew, and literally you would not have survived that turbulence from the show, because I remember we went over like a little bump and Jacqueline was like, oh my god, we're gonna die. Like, but it's scary. It's scary. It does feel like it's just turbulence, but when you're on a plane, it does feel like you're gonna crash. Obviously, it wasn't turbulence.
No,
clearly.
Yeah, no. Our prediction is we think they went into a wormhole.
That's what I think.
Time travel
because it makes sense, because when you go into a wormhole, like with time travel, I'm pretty sure, I don't know like the scientific details behind it like that much, but I know like the idea of it is that you go into like this pocket of like a wormhole, I guess. I don't really know like the details of like what it actually, like what it is or where you actually go. But
we're into conspiracy theories.
You go through it, and a lot of time passes in real life, like on Earth, but for you, it's not that much. So if they pass through this like dimension or whatever, if they went through this, then no time would have passed for them, which is what happened. They don't feel like 5.5 years passed, but on Earth, time passed, and essentially that is how scientists explain the possibility of time travel.
Or the other option is maybe they went into a different dimension. Like maybe it's a different...
I think that would be more spot on because I feel like we're gonna eventually learn where they were and like what they did, and like I feel like eventually they're gonna have like memories of like their life, because it's very strange, like the repercussions of not even just like their life being different with the family and stuff, they're very different too, coming back and like not knowing where they've been for 5 years, like with the voices in the head.
But it's very weird because they all are like watching it. We watched where like there was no blink or anything. Like these people didn't go anywhere. Like they were just on a plane and then they came back.
That's what's weird.
Like,
but
even the pilot had no idea.
But what if a different version of themselves went somewhere or something?
It's really strange. And then now I'm also wondering, after the ending, I'm also wondering if like maybe like the government was involved with the plane, because the plane explodes. Like there's something going on with the
that's
plane.
pretty shady too, because they're trying to
hide it.
All of the people that were on the plane were gonna go and like
they all
try
meet
and
up,
find
like,
answers, and they're meeting up. It's like super creepy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it blows up. Like that is shady. Like something is going on there. I feel I get like conspiracy vibes from
so many conspiracy theories with this. But it's so awesome, and I'm like really intrigued by where this is going, because there's so many like different,
there's so many possibilities. Like they could go
in this.
Exactly.
I know that I feel like a lot of people are comparing this to Lost because it's like a plane and it's like a mystery, and this is nothing like Lost like at all. Like
no,
it kind of is.
I mean, the only the only similarity is the plane.
Yeah,
that's really it, is that they have
and then
involvement of a plane, because
and then there's a little bit of like magical realism kind of in Lost too, like some supernatural stuff happens on that show. If you guys have never seen Lost, it's a fantastic show. We highly recommend Lost. I didn't get Lost vibes from this at all. I don't know if that was just us. The little boy Cal having leukemia is just really devastating, and it puts more of like a scary tone, I think, to this possibility, because the little boy comes back and he finds out it's 5 years later and he only had 6 months left to live, and he's like, why am I still alive?
It brings a scary tone, but it also, I think, brings a hopeful tone in a way too, because we're 5 years later, so medicine is different.
It's advanced.
There's more there's more like tests and just I think they ended up going on like a trial thing, right? Like they signed up for like to be like tested on for like so I feel like he has more of an opportunity now to live
than he did 5 years ago.
Yeah, so in that way it's like he's a very he just brings like a very different like dynamic to the show, I feel like, because he's somebody who wouldn't be alive if this didn't happen to him. Yeah. So it's just strange, like his health is in the exact same. Like his health hasn't changed.
Nothing's changed.
His health is exactly how it was 5 years ago, which is not, it's impossible. That is impossible. So the fact that like that is like even a thing is just so interesting on the show. Yeah, definitely.
His mom, Ben's like wife on the show, I think that like if you really think about what she went through, is she thought that she lost her husband and her son, and all of a sudden now her son is back and he still has 6 months left to live, and she's back in like that situation. She's back to like living that life. Like I think it's really interesting, and I think it adds a lot of depth to her character, even though I totally think that she's cheating on Ben. I think that she is involved with somebody else, because we got that text message.
I mean, listen,
but it has been over 5 years. She thought that he was
dead.
Exactly.
So that's why it just complicates everything now that he's back, and she probably doesn't know what to do. But
she doesn't.
Technically, she didn't cheat, but if she continues, like, I'm very curious on how that relationship is gonna work out, because it's a really, really complicated situation.
Yeah, even Cal, his sister, is now 5 years older. Like, they're twins. And like she grew up. And like he didn't. He's still the same age. Like it's just so
weird. It's just so strange that like time stopped for them in a way.
Yeah, that's exactly
they were, like,
what
frozen,
happened.
Yeah, for 5 years.
It just paused.
Yeah.
That's why a part of me is like, maybe we're on a different Earth. Like maybe this is an alternate reality or something, or what if this...
It could get real confusing real quick if they start doing that. I don't know. Like, it depends on, like, how this goes and, like, what route, they take. I think it could get really confusing. But it could also get really... There's a lot of possibilities. There really is.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more from the other passengers and like the pilot and stuff, like the other people that were on the ship.
Yeah, I feel like as the season goes on, we'll probably learn more about the other passengers too, because they're not the only ones, like this family that we're following are not the only ones that were affected.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole ending, was like everybody, it was like what makes you think that we're the only ones? And then they all went, they were all like in like a trance.
But what I think is crazy, crazy is that they're acting like that. Like their mind is, something is up with their minds.
Yeah.
They have this voice in their head that's telling them to do things.
It's almost like if there was like experimentation, like they experimented
like
on
alien
them.
shit. Like
aliens
like
come into this. Yeah.
There's something inside their mind telling them to do things. Like when she found the 2 girls that were being held captive in that like shed.
A good scene.
Yeah, that was a really good scene. But how did she know that? Like something was telling her, like it's
the whole
so
set
mystery.
set them free, like that whole thing.
And it was not just her. It was her brother as well.
Yeah,
so.
it was all like set them free, and you think it's talking about the dogs. So she sets the dogs free, and then it's like no, there was something behind that the dogs were there for. Like the dogs were guarding that door. This brings an interesting relationship between Michaela, I think is her name, and Jared, who was her, I think it was her fiance before she went on the plane. And she comes back and he's married to her best friend. And
awkward.
Yeah. Like I think that I don't like him, Jared. I don't think I like him right now. Like I think he's like okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I think that like a character like that will get more as the season goes on, because this is again just a pilot, so we don't know like so much about like the other characters. We just really followed like the people who were on the plane, that family. So we'll find out more. I don't really like him either, but who knows?
Who knows? You never know. You never know. I really like the doctor in it, the medical researcher. So basically she has this research about what Cal has, like leukemia and like cancer, and like she has this information and stuff, and I think she's gonna end up helping Cal. I really think that she's gonna, I don't know if they're gonna, there's no cure for cancer unfortunately, so I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe depends what his situation is, I don't know, but I think that she's definitely gonna be involved in his treatment, which is gonna be really interesting to see.
Yeah, I think that's really our thoughts on the pilot, but we're really excited to keep watching. And if you guys are interested in more of these reviews for every episode, let us know. And yeah, let us know what you thought about the episode down in the comments below.
Yes, and unfortunately we cannot do reactions for this because this is NBC, so it will get blocked. So if you guys really want it, we could do it on our Patreon.
And if you enjoyed this review, please give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like us to do more reviews, let us know.
Yes, we'd love to know your predictions. Like, what do you guys think is the mystery behind
what do you think is going on?
What is happening? Let's talk about that down in the comments below. You can also follow our Twitter and our Snapchat. We're at City of the Feels.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye!